What were you saying?
Okay, bloody noses. I randomly at the movie theater was
Broken
like,
jaws.
I saw a door and I was just like, a movie theater door, and I'm like, oh, that gives me flashbacks. So I'm gonna do a bloody noses story. So basically, you'll figure out why in a bit. First bloody nose I ever had, I was like, in age, probably like 6. So basically,
I was in age.
I'm just like walking with my Lego car in my hand or whatever. And I was holding it in my right hand, so I couldn't hold the railing on those stairs. And so I'd never really walked down the stairs without holding my hand on the railing because I'm a wussy. So anyway, I'm a very bad walker, as you may know, just us. So basically, I just kind of fall like 5 steps down, face first. Blood kind of starts spraying from my nose. My Lego set's broken. That was a very awful day. That friggin' car, though, I was never able to rebuild it because I'm a wussy. I don't know. I don't remember the order. I'm just gonna tell you about the movie theater one. So, this was when Cars 3 came out, and I was watching it with like my cousin and my parents, the cousin's parents, whatnot. Anyway, I'm just like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, because I did. So anyway, it was dark, you know, middle of the movie, lights aren't on, dark hallway because the walls are pure black. I couldn't see the door. So I just straight up, I couldn't see the end because it was so dark. I straight up just walked into the wall. Like, I just bonked my face into the wall. Now, I'm just like, ow, that kind of hurt and stuff. So anyway, I turn out and accidentally walk into the woman's bathroom. And I realize that right as I get in, because I just see a woman in there. I'm just like, wait a minute. So I legit just run out, go over to the men's bathroom, and see that my nose is bleeding. So I took care of that for like 10 minutes until I finally got back to the movie. I missed like nothing because that movie is so freaking boring. But, yeah. One time, probably like 3 years ago, because I was playing Fortnite at the time. I'm just sitting there playing Fortnite, and all of a sudden there's blood on my hand. I'm like, what the, this is your video, flip-a-doodle. I just walk over to the bathroom, I'm like, yep, I'm bleeding from my nose. I guess, I guess, that scar just hit me straight in the nose in real life. I don't know. Man, it was so random.
Speaking of bloody blowses.
Damn.
Yeah. Thanks
I
for
agree.
listening. I became French. I was like, Anyway, so, I went through this phase where I got repeated bloody noses for no absolute reason. And so.
Unnecessary blood loss. Epic. We like to hear it.
Unnecessary blood loss. So I lost blood from my nose for no reason.
That kind of sucks.
So we were walking home from something, and then my nose started bleeding.
That's called a bloody nose, I think.
No, it's called when your nose is bleeding. I don't know. It might be friggin'
French.
Like gonorrhea or AIDS, something like that.
What?
I don't know what the medical thing is called.
It's called a bloody nose. You do not have AIDS because you are bleeding from your nose.
Another story is I was walking home from something in the same path, and I saw something that looked like a snake, and it was squiggly wiggly and over at the ground. It was tiny and pink, and I freaked out because I thought it was a snake, but really it was a salamander. So I captured it, tortured it, took it to school, and let it free in the middle of the school, not anywhere near where it was originally at. It's like that one time that I heard that I held my parakeet by the tail and started like, one time I held my parakeet upside down by the tail. I was 5.
I can't say I haven't done it. I mean, I haven't with a parakeet because I don't even know what that is, but...
It's a really tiny bird. They're either yellow or blue or a mix of that.
I don't need your bird history. I'm just saying I don't know what a bird is. I mean...
History! I laugh way too easily.
Yeah.
Speaking of laughing way too easily, that's too long for...
Stop shooting my... Let's talk about, me... there's a lot of blood. Let's just talk about blood stuff. So, first of all, I've watched 3 kids break their head open, and 1 break their jaw. So, first time I watched a kid break his head open, I was with my friend Mason, I think he was called, from church. I was like 6 years old. When I actually used to go to church because I was forced to. I hate religion. We're just on this trampoline. And the trampoline's next to a sidewalk, obviously, because there were sidewalks in that backyard. That was a gigantic house. Anyway, so we're both bouncing, and have you ever done this thing on trampoline where, like, you'll, like, there's this trick where you'll, like, bounce at, like, a perfect time where it'll send this other person flying?
Highing. Yeah, no, I love that.
So, he went flying off the trampoline head first into the edge, like straight, just forehead on the exact corner of the sidewalk. It was a pretty good shot, you know. I have amazing aim. That is a military base.
That's a massive adrenaline boost.
That's not.
Have you ever gotten hurt and then like you get that massive adrenaline boost, so like you have no idea what's going on?
I don't know. Anyway, I didn't really realize what had happened, but he put his hand over his head. I was like 6 years old. I didn't know the concept of blood. So, anyway, he puts his hand on his head and just kind of starts walking over to the house. You know, walking, because that's what any normal person with their head literally gashed open and bleeding would do. So, anyway, he's already inside the house or whatever, and I just start walking over. No, he wasn't crying at all. Dude was a warrior, bro. Anyway, so, I just look down. I get off the trampoline and just start, like, walking, and I see all these drops of blood on the ground. Now I'm just thinking, damn, that don't really look like the strawberry jam I'm used to having on my PBJs. So anyway, so I see a car drive away, whatever. A couple days later at church, I see that he has this big white line on his forehead, you know, stitches, and I've never seen him gone on a trampoline since. So, that was the first story. You know, least gruesome thing you've ever heard. So anyway, second one is, let's see, Tristan. Same guy who, broke his jaw. And both of them were because of monkey bars. Yep.
Oh, no.
Monkey bars. He sweaty. Hand slip. He fall face first. He crack head open. That's it. Ambulance came to school. It wasn't very uncommon at that school. So anyway, him breaking his jaw, basically same exact thing, except he fell on his jaw. A third kid to crack his head open may or may not have been caused by me chucking a boulder. So,
What?
So this was also at the same school where Tristan kind of died. So anyway, there was like stairs. So basically a shortcut to get back to class quick with the building I was at was to just go up these stairs or whatever, because this was a big school. So anyway, I see like this big ass rock, and I'm just like, oh, I wonder if I can pick up that thing. And I was just like, wow, I strong. Then looking back to it, that thing is like a pebble, even though I'm probably weaker now. So anyway, I'm just like, wow, I can pick this up. So I just chuck it over, like, behind me, and I just hear, ah! I look behind. I see, or whatever, I look, down, like, to the next level, like, probably, I don't know, 7 feet down, maybe, to whatever. So we have big rock I threw, kid sitting there, dead. But he cracked his head open, hospital came to school,
Hospital? The entire hospital came over to the school.
No, ambulance came to school. At that point, I think there actually should just be a hospital at that school. That school isn't a thing anymore, it got shut down. Let's talk about the time when I tried to break my own arm. That was a phase I had in 3rd grade. Because I hated doing schoolwork and stuff, as anyone would. And looking back to it, that stuff is easy peasy, lemon the squeezy the peasy. But to me now,
Squeezy
but
that lemon.
so I just started jumping off play structures, going arm first. But you know, like when you know that you're gonna do something, so like you flex or whatever. Well, that was my reactions each time. So I kept just like saving myself. I'm just like, frick, I want to break my arm. So that was a phase I had. It wasn't even that high of jump, so that was probably why. That reminds me, one time in 3rd grade, I was with my friend Christian, and we were just like, and there was this rumor that like this goody two-shoes kid got sent to the principal's office or whatever. So we're just like, hey, let's go see if it's true or whatever. So we just act like we ran into each other playing tag, and this RDD was like, I told you guys to stop playing that on the blacktop. Yeah, I'm not even joking. So anyway, we're just like, okay, whatever. So anyway, this is actually a pretty crazy story. So we just acted like I hurt my elbow and he had hurt his knee or whatever. And so we just go over to the office. We're just, because that's where the Nerfus office... Nerfus? Nerfus? What's a Nerfus? So, anyway, we go over there and we're just like, well, he's not in here. Anyway, the nurse gives us the ice packs or just, wet paper towels. And, we're just like, good to go. Anyway, both his knee and my elbow, both were, like, in pain the next day. So I guess that's what happens when you try to fake an injury. You get that injury for absolutely no reason. Life lesson, don't go to the office just because you think some kid got sent there. The reality was, he wasn't at school that day. Who knew?
If you actually, would have broken your arm, you would have instantly regretted it. The moment
I know.
you did it. It's terrible.
I broke my middle finger, but that was on accident. Let me tell the story about that, which I've already told you like 2 times. No Vixel, but let's just tell YouTube. So, I'm just practicing baseball with my dad or whatever, or throwing a ball with my dad. Anyway, I jammed my middle finger. You know, it happens. So anyway, it's in pain next day at school. Anyway, there's this girl Isabella, which I might talk about later on. So anyway, there's this war or whatever. We're gonna probably also talk about that later. Between the boys and the girls of our class. And so she kind of kicks my finger. She manages to kick my finger, and I break my middle finger. And then I got to flip off my teacher and her every day with them not being able to do anything about it. Great times.